Oh, we'll take a 50. Yeah. This sucks. Sack. Boom, you just became the regional. Asking, we're actually going to be playing. The plan is in December to play Mutant Football League 2, which is supposed to be coming out on Steam.
And it's 1st and 10. Offense says it's time to put the ref out of his misery.
So.
And it's 1st and 10. It's a jailbreak, and the defense jumps offside to kill the ref. Oh, crowd's loving it.
Tricky Dicky, I do not fear death. I guess we're taking a field goal out of this. Ed Hakalugi, you can kill almost anybody on my watch, or my front lawn for that matter. But you can't kill refs, especially not. So let him go. I bribed the refs. This should work.
The 10. Touchdown. And he rumbles that one into the end zone. If you get one more
bingo.
Penalty, you get one more for free. You'll also probably
That's why you're smart. So we ended up with the same as 3 other teams. And how did we get the tiebreaker? I'm assuming it's just because we're cute. But everybody seems fumble.
See that counted, partner.
Yeah, now the ground crew's gonna come out and pick him up. It really kills the momentum. There should be a
So I have 2 more guys injured. Really? Well, at least the running back's dead now. You know what? I think it's time we use a dirty play ourselves.
Oh man, what a throw! Oh, and he breaks free and has nothing but open field in front
That should have been a touchdown. Damn it.
I'm throwing on him. Hey! Oh man,
Ah, damn it.
For his day. Cover your eyes, kids.
Ah, damn it. I know I should have bet on the
I thought I could get it, but obviously not.
You can go toe-to-toe with me.
Happens up there in the field, second half, I'll still be blacking out tonight.
I'm gonna ruin your world. I'm gonna wreck it.
Than I did at the time. Unnecessary wrestler, 15-yard penalty. This uniform doesn't have my name, Johnny Cash pockets on it. And it's still bloody and warm and squishy. And I think there's an eye in the front pocket. Ew. He's only using a chainsaw to get in the end zone. Wow.
Hey, you see that move, baby? No, you didn't. You know why?
For you, I'd sue the company that made your pads until I failed to protect you from that chainsaw. Killed him. Let me get this run going. Don't even play with me. Get the. Oh my God! I got a KO from the top. Oh, what a hit! Hey, yo, and away we go. And I guess Frosty Tools is giving us new info there on the old Twitch stream here. I don't know where that came from. My God, why are we... Chat, you know what? Let's just run it again. Mike the Ref Melody, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight. It is...
Super kick. Oh,
Super kick!
let go! Let go!
Third! Super kick party! Yeah, pay the money for that. Yes! This life is going great! Let's go!
She's healthy.
Let's go!
Is she healthy?
Yeah!
Apparently she's back.
All right, that's a little better. Hey, yo, and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mike the Ref. The hell? There. Boy. Technology loves me so much. Just give me a sec, chat. You'll see me in a sec. There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Twitch stream today. trying to fix everything up yet, not fix everything up, and just trying to boot everything around all over the place. You know what? It's just, oh my God, Frosty Tools is cleaning up my chat quite a bit here right now. So, welcome everybody. Trying out some new stuff here for the chat, see what works, see what doesn't. It's all about, growing and making things better. So, just like AEW is every week here. And I think there's some breaking news coming down the pipe here for today. If you haven't heard, Queen Aminata is not cleared to compete tonight. So her match against Megan Bayne has been adjusted to Mina Shirakawa versus Megan Bayne. I don't think it's going to matter because I think I know who's winning regardless. And we might have to see a new person enter into the War Games match. Like, we're going to have to figure this out here pretty quick because what? We're only a week away? All right, we got bots all over the place trying to help me out here. Jesus. Hey, Nats, how you doing today? I hope you're feeling better today. I know you were a little under the weather on Monday when we were chatting earlier. And yeah, we got a lot of crazy stuff to talk about today. They haven't really set out a real solid card from what I've seen. We'll have to see it during the opening. I've been a little busy trying to get things organized today. As you can see, I've been doing a little bit of extra here work. Hangman Adam Page is teaming up with, I do believe it's two members of the conglomeration to take on the Ops and Trios action because Hangman wants to get his hands on Joe, which we all know ain't going to happen. Getting over the virus, good. I'm glad. Very glad. Very glad that you are that you're feeling better here. And it's been a little crazy here, just trying to. I got a whole bunch of videos done today. More of the. I put a link up there for our gaming channel. If you guys please give it a chance, and we drop daily content on there. Like this week, we're dropping 14 videos over 2 weeks. Or 14 videos this week, sorry, not for 2 weeks. This week, we're dropping 14 videos. We got WWE 2K25, My Faction, My GM. We got last week's Mutant Football League playoffs, which wrapped up on Sunday night. Monday night, sorry. We have Dispatch, which we're going to get into tomorrow again. I really hope you guys are free and available during the day tomorrow for a little Waifu Thursday, as we're going to be going through Dispatch for the first couple hours, and then we're going to check out Chun-Li, who just got released in City of the Wolves. So that'll be a 2-part stream tomorrow late morning, early afternoon. And then, going through it. GM. This Sunday, we're going to have the MLB Slugfest loaded that we did on Monday there. We'll have the VOD for that up. So, and every single day, we have the Ultimate Mario Cup trophy case that Walker Pipe Guy's been doing. Went through every single Mario Kart made. Oh, geez, what do we got? I talked us right into Dynamite tonight, so. Oh, they got the DC graphic back again. I like it. We're only, 2.5 weeks away from Full Gear? The part that got so boring that we got hooked. I love this. I still don't know how that happened. So Hangman dressed up as Tony Schiavone of all things. I really wonder if Shivani's going to be interviewing Joe on this one, because He might get choked out. Oh, very special announcement. Uh, Joe's gonna kill you. What the hell is this AEW thing? Announces a national championship. He says it's a title that will be defended in AEW, New Japan, ROH, the Independent, CMLL, and promotions all over the world. He referenced the tradition of the NWA title being a huge inspiration. It actually looks like the old NWA US title with the US logo. Oh God, Tony's dead. Tony's dead. I hope he's wearing black. Hope he's wearing brown pants. Why? You just all you say, literally. He doesn't want to hear it. He doesn't want to hear that Hangman was going to get him on that. Security going to come in and try to. Okay. This is a diversion. Tony, get the frick out of the ring. You idiot. Get out of the ring. Now everybody scoots as soon as Hangman shows up. So I love the fact that everybody's saying AEW needs less titles, and now AEW is creating a new title. And Shivani's getting out. Okay, never mind. It was Eddie Kingston and Hook. That's who it was. My bad. And it makes sense because Hook is the one that got tapped out by Joe. That totally makes sense now. So Eddie Kingston once again gets a main event spot on Dynamite. We haven't seen that in how long now? Okay. Hook's gonna speak. Hook speaks. Okay. Hey, Michael, thank you for popping in here. Appreciate you. Could you imagine that Hook, Eddie Kingston, and Adam Page end up being the trios champs at the end of the night? Beat your ass in my Wranglers. That's a t-shirt. That's just... But yeah, we just got announced that we got a brand new title. Or is this just a straight old ruse to get over that point? Kingston staring a hole in Danielson right now. What the hell? Like, why has Kingston got a crutch? Other than the fact he's just literally grabbing whatever he can? Okay, this is going to be a fun match. Either way, I think it should probably get a little bit... Oh, God. Yeah, that's right. We got Brodito and FTR for the tag titles. I really hate that Willow and Harley are going to get sacrificed to Mercedes and Athena tonight. I almost have a feeling that's an automatic. Who are they putting in there to replace Aminata? Oh, Mina. They didn't even mention Aminata. They just... Oh, sorry. They just did. So, yeah, they got 6-on-6 for the women, 5-on-5 for the men. Oh, by the way, for the record, folks, if you guys need to plan your time off... Darby and Daniel coming up next week. Dynamite is 2.5 hours to compensate for the 2 Blood and Guts matches. Hey, so I can see. Oh, and we got Orange and Claudio right now. Yeah. Aminata just they haven't said exactly what happened. They just say that she was hurt. So. So they haven't exactly said what's going on. She's been pulled. And Mina's being added. Which sort of gives away who's going to win. I almost wonder if we're going to see Rio and Alex win. Mina or Rio and Alex Windsor win that tag tournament match. I think it has a lot to do with what happens tonight. If Willow and Harley win, maybe we get... maybe it's because of Tony and Mina. Which you could do the reciprocal beat up next week in the other quarterfinal. Oh, that Blood and Guts next week. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to bring some steaks with us for the show. Literally coming through the locked door. My God, do I love Claudio. Just like I love all of you tonight. By the way, I do believe there's going to be exactly 0 discourse from all the fans asking about why does Tony Khan need another championship. If you weren't here off the top of the show, before that whole brouhaha began, the actual reason it was happening and Tony Schiavone was in the ring, was to announce that they're doing a brand new copyright patent United States Championship for AEW. If you go on socials, I just reposted on Shitter there. Literally looks like a NWA US title. And it basically is what the international title was supposed to be. He's still on the... Basically, the description of it was exactly the same. Claudio just... I'm surprised Claudio got caught on that. Ah, there we go. That's more like it. Just backs up and like, nope. I love some of the posts that are coming up on X too. So, how's your week been, everybody? Like, I know we haven't been on for a couple days. Last time we were here was Monday. I know, Nat, you were saying that you're getting over your virus right now. Claudio literally carrying Orange around the ring. Oh, maybe not all the way around. And now Claudio's just going to, oh, yep, we're going to go right back at it here. And just literally dumps Orange into the ring. My God, the power on Claudio. But it looked like Claudio just had a little bit of a... Or Orange shifted his weight at the wrong time there and just caused a little headache. Oh, God, here we go. So, personally, myself, when it comes to Blood and Guts, the one thing I'd like to change up about the format, whoever gets the advantage, you have that first... You do have that first advantage, but I'd like the second one to be the other side. So, like, it's one from A, one from B, two from A, two from B, three from B, three for A, four for A, and then finally five from B, and then you start the match. I'd like it to alternate in the snake way. I think it would be an interesting dynamic that each team has the right to have a little bit of a man advantage. If they're gonna do Roderick and Moxley live on Saturday, I could live with that. And Claudio doesn't do any, he just instantly whips Cassidy into the swing. And just jacks him right out of the ring. Yeah, I would assume that this is the match that Claudio wins the first one. And then you get Darby beating Garcia for the second one. Because the third match in the group you always want to have normally, right? You don't want a clean sweep. personal belief as we go through this is the fact you're going to have one of the faces, one of the heels get the advantage between the two matches. I would think that only makes sense. Unless you want to run the same formula for both. I don't think it's the worst thing to happen to have the heels have the advantage to both matches. But I seriously feel like in the women's match, you got to have the heels have the advantage. And then the faces can have the advantage over the Death Riders because they've always had the numbers advantage, and now in this match they're not going to. It would be a hell of a story. It'd be a decent way to run it. So, at least from an interest, what do you guys think? Like, let me know in the chat as we continue on tonight. Like, this will be a full card. This is going to be a lot of fun here overall with everything tonight. It's going to be a lot more interesting now that Tony Storm's on commentary between Mina and Megan. Like, I expect Megan to win it pretty clean. But at the same time, I've heard of stranger things happening. Darby and Garcia will probably open our second hour because they want to have a little bit of a... That would probably be a main event if it wasn't for the fact that we have the trios titles on for the main tonight. Oh my goodness. Well, folks, I might as well go into WWE bashing moment for another 5 minutes. Just released by Fightful, of course, the one source that I truly do trust on this stuff. Apparently, the man formerly known as Ridge Holland, Luke Menzies, had an early termination on his contract rather than the standard. Like, he was supposed to be... He was set to be working until mid-November. And apparently he wasn't paid for the TNA show. Up here in Edmonton, like hell. She get paid extra to come across the border up here. But WWE is paying for the rehab, but they actually fired him early. So, yeah, that if you want to talk about dirty pool, that's probably about as big a dirty pool as you can get. Disgusting, if you ask me. Like, and not just a little bit disgusting, a lot of disgusting. Oh no, they don't care. That's proven. Like, so I'm glad I'm watching what I'm watching here. Is the wrestling absolutely perfect in every move? It's a lot closer than a lot of stuff I've seen this week. You're welcome, Punk. I'll throw you that one. But it just feels like wrestling's in such a great place right now, despite what goes on here overall. Like, I know the ratings say they're down, but I also think that, you know, certain things are... Oh, really? No way. All right, he hit the deeds. That's all right. I like that. Everybody's got a TV deal. Everybody's got decent fans. AEW's got some great storylines. WWE, you know, they still got their runaway train, as they call it, despite all the BS that they cause. The indies are having great shows all over the place here. The Nielsen ratings, yes, they have changed, and I'm not going to kid you saying that they're good compared to what they were before. Isn't in a great spot, I'd argue, but arguably a fantastic product, more options than ever. I can see where you're coming from that. I think it's more. I think more of it as a fact that if you really are looking for something, and it goes more to your point here. If you're looking for something and you can't find it, you're just not looking hard enough. In terms of wrestling options, yes. Well, in terms of video game options, there is some there. It's just how much do you want to endure and how much do you want to go through? But consistently week to week, when you're dealing with like some of the bigger promotions, you know what you're going to be getting week to week. And that, honestly, as we were going through this, a lot of people could say that they didn't see a whole lot of what was going on week to week. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Is it going to be otherwise? Thought he hit that victory roll. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Claudio with a flying uppercut there. Jesus. Now, does he go to the pop-up one? Because every time he's tried to do it, he's been reversed into a DDT, a Hurricane Rana. Oh, that opening spot, like, once again, glad that Tony Schiavone is wearing dark trousers. But I wonder if oh no, this match absolutely, like, Super Slum, is that a Slumdog Billionaire now? If it's from the top rope? And that's a super orange punch. And there's the uppercut. There's no, because it's an eliminator match for the advantage for Blood and Guts, there's going to be no time limits on these, so. So yeah, now we're going to see, I wonder, does Garcia shiest his way out of that one and get a victory and it go 2 straight? So they don't even have to do the Strong versus Moxley match on Saturday? I don't think he said time limit. I'll be honest, I wasn't listening a whole lot for that. We were talking about how there was a brand new title invented in AEW, which I don't know whether it's true or whether it's I don't know whether it's true or they're just trying to hype up a segment. No more straps. AEW has an more. Give us more. One for every Don Callis family member. That's what we need. Imagine every member in the Don Callis family having a title. One for the scare as well. One for the scar as well. Yeah. Hey, you could get a manager of the year. He wants him to join the Callis family. Ooh. Wow. Are they seriously going to do this? Do you think that actually they're going to get? Oh my god, could you see it happening? Could you see Mark Briscoe as part of the Don Callis family, just one more? I just don't know if I could see that. Well, for all the people that complain that they don't get two women's matches on the AEW anymore, well, at least for the next few weeks, you're going to. Well, technically not next week unless they have a match in between. Because we get this tag tournament match, and we also get we're also going to get the eliminator match right now between Mina and Megan Bain tonight. So yeah, this could go one of two ways tonight. Like having Athena and Monet as a team working together, it almost feels like it should go for a distance, but at the same time, it's the same thing we talked about last week. You want to have teams taking on, like, you want established teams working together, moving on. Who do you guys got in this? And for those asking, I don't usually put the channel points up right now because basically you're betting against yourself, so all you can do is lose your channel points. So I don't really feel you just want to lose your channel points per se. So, I personally feel that the best story for this match would be for Harley and Willow to advance. What I think they're going to do for booking is I think they're going to do Mercedes and Athena to win this, just because they're going to probably end up putting Mercedes in a double book match, so she could use that as an excuse for not winning the AEW Women's World Championship. So she keeps lining up all these excuses until she runs out of them. And I heard this weekend that, or sorry, I guess it's next week. I have to look it up. Mercedes at the next House of Glory show is actually taking on the very first hijab wrestler in the world out of Malaysia for a Malaysian world title. So looks like Mercedes might add an extra title to the repertoire. Like at this point right now, where when I see Mercedes taking on anybody, I just pretty much assume it's going to be her taking a title from somebody. Because it almost feels like you can't do it unless you're going to do one of those dusty finishes or whatever so that she doesn't get the title. Double count out, double DQ, interference. Because you got to think, the first woman that defeats Mercedes in a title match, whether it be to defend her title or to win a title, you got to think that's going to make headlines everywhere. Also makes you wonder who it's going to be. So the match that wasn't announced but was announced. Probably going to look for the Bucks again. Top talent. Oh, for some reason, I think Callis is going to get a super kick in the face. Okada ain't leaving. Don't take too much time. Could we see Takeshita team up with the Bucks? Could you imagine that as a trio? Just because of the convenience of, trios that way? That actually, the more I think about that, that slaps pretty good. Is that the kids say slaps? All right. Mercedes and Athena. This is what you do with enhancement talent. And Red Velvet is still looking for that title because that. Okay, she's adding extra words to her title. That's always great. It's going to be interesting whichever way they go to see how this story plays out with these, with Mercedes, even with Athena right now. Like, it's that weird transition period where we all know that Athena is good enough for the main roster and should have been up here a long time ago. And she said that she's more active on the roster now, so The other thing I remember about this is the fact Athena's at home. You notice she doesn't say where she's from in this because she's supposed to be a heel? And she's got no Billy. And she's looking at it. She's like, I'm here with her instead of Billy. Like, this is not good. At least they have somewhat match. Both teams have matching gear tonight. So, that's always a good. It's a small detail that you just love to see. So we got a major a mini Monet and a major Harley. Okay. Never touch the titles. Never touch the titles before you win them. It's always a key. Don't ever get too crazy about that. So. The look on Monet's face staring through Harley right now. It is hilarious. Just because I just want to see Mini Monet show up. Is that too much to ask tonight? The Monet working with Harley, of course. These two have really good chemistry from what we've seen before. Like that whole run going into Grand Slam Australia. Like, I love how Shivani brings up that slight detail too. It's great to see Harley's sustainer growth and not just been a 1 year wonder like we thought she might be. Well, so many talents have turned into that point where they have a really good year. And I'm still going to say this for 2024, Harley was the most improved wrestler. Whether that be in AEW or pro wrestling, period. Either way, I still feel very confident in saying that. But quite often, when you get a player, it's just like in sports. You get a rookie of the year or a most improved, they hit a peak and then they just die off after. I'm going to pop eventually the one day when one of you guys get an X post on screen during Dynamite. Seriously. But it's great when you see Willow's going to be the one getting the hot tag here. Oh, nice. Harley's not used to doing that backdrop suplex like that. Will getting the hot tag here and doing what hot tags do. So just as a heads up, everybody, I will be doing a couple shout outs during the show here. They're unpaid. Let's get that out of the way first. Just some good people that there's some good things coming up over the next few weeks. So want to see if I can help them out a little bit, get a little bit more exposure for some of the events going on. But I'll wait till after this match to send the first one out here. Not bad for a double team move. Nice drop kick by Athena. It actually felt like a legit drop kick where they actually used. She actually used one foot to kick her, right? What the hell? Respectfully, Athena hitting Mercedes' finisher. Hitting Mercedes' finisher on Mercedes. Wouldn't that supposed to be a bad thing, not a pinning predicament? I guess that's wrestling logic at 101, but when you're doing it to somebody you're willing to work with, then it's not the worst thing in the world. But yeah, while we're in our first commercial break and a picture-in-picture, I'm just going to throw this up here. Stupid Xbox. Let's go. See if I remember how to do this right. Buddy of mine, Big Bad Boris, he's doing a 40-hour marathon stream next weekend, all to raise money for men's mental health. So he's going to be doing a lot of wrestling. He's going to do the WrestleMania 2000 full day watch along, which I think is like 8 hours. He's going to be checking out some of the footage over on the Backbreaker YouTube channel, Backbreaker Wrestling channel, talking about the Canadian Wrestling Coalition, which came out, which I covered in 2015 to 2018 before it folded. Judge Ben Oman, one of the referees here in Alberta, is going to be talking about the state of Alberta wrestling there. Plus, they're going to be doing a Botchamania roulette, I think it is. We're going to be watching different Botchamania shows, just based on a roulette spin. And all the while, 40 hours straight, all in support of raising funds for men's mental health. So feel free to give them a follow, and next weekend they'll be up. So I will find it pretty hilarious if you guys are following now and they're in the middle of their watch along right now and like, where'd you guys come from? But no, Boris is a good dude. Of all the people over on that channel, he's probably the one I respect the most. So yeah, definitely give Boris a follow. And Art, for the record, it's not a coincidence. I did not see that before you if you guys are wondering, if you check out my Blue Sky, I just reposted it here. Art's got a Game Time Art's got a double stream up right now, me and Boris. I was going to mention it before Art put that out, so but no, like I said, Boris is a good dude, but watching this here get this hammered up here with Willow going to work. Could never pick between you, find you. Hey, I don't blame you. I appreciate your art. And, for two guys that, have a lot of dead air between the two of them, it's, usually we can fit it in between each other. Nice little cannonball splash there. But no, little bit of breaking news, and we're trying to get the final details put together, but Andre C. is supposed to be having an interview with Big Bad Boris coming up next week in preparation for it, so in preparation for his stream, so. Got to admit, watching this here with Athena and Mercedes, like, let's face it, Mercedes is, well, remember, she is the first ever WWE Women's Tag Champ, right? Well, the new iteration, the modern era. I'm not talking about the Jumping Bomb Angels or anything like that, so. But she knows tag wrestling, and she knows it very well. And I really wonder if, like, I don't think she'll get the title. Honestly, if she's going to win that title, I want to see her win it with Davina Rose. Or as we like to call her around here, Bailey Dub. Harley's here just to get beaten up tonight, isn't she? Bailey Dub. Which I'm still trying to figure out if I should use my, Hey, Vic, how you doing tonight? I'm wondering if I should still use my cheat code card to pick up Bailey Dub, of all things. I got to see what level she's at, though. Getting all caught up. Hey, there's a fair bit to get caught up on. You got to check out social media for part of it. The first minute of Dynamite makes you go to X, which is not a good thing. Well, let's face it, that's one big misnomer that AEW does once in a while. They sent everybody to X to go look for this new AEW US Championship, which basically they found a way to rip off the NWA US title because it literally looks just like that. Willow just said nope. Directing people away from your show is never a good thing? No. Of course, I just did it with that shout out, but I digress. Who lost their hair? Brian Mercedes. Skip through it. It was just before Samoa Joe came out during the opening segment. Oh, Jesus, Athena. And Harley still kicks out. But yeah, that's not exactly the smartest move off the top, but having Samoa Joe come out too. Anytime Samoa Joe comes out, he sort of stops the crowd. Oh. Oh, and here comes Statlander for the... And Billy's going to cost her. Her finishing move. That's what she calls it. Wow. All right. Did I get that like 75% correct on that? The fact that Billy cost them the victory, but it was actually Chris Statlander that cost it. Is that how it works out here? But for a lot of AEW originals, in terms of fans, this has got to be really good for you. For the fact that we're having two AEW originals going at it in terms of upset. Harley, get on the freaking other side there. The old bearded guy is not supposed to be the guy on that side for the title. No, this is a lot of fun. Like, that match was pretty good between both teams. The ending, I really don't know if it's supposed to be the, I don't know if the hair was supposed to be a part of it or Mercedes just literally lost her hair throughout the match, the extensions. It's what happens when you play with extensions all match. Looks like you got an extra squirrel in the ring somewhere. Which with Harley might not be the worst thing because distraction with her might be somewhat beneficiary, so. But yeah, now we get the Sisters of Sin versus Willow and Harley in the semis. We very well, like, we're still in line for TJ versus the Sisters of Sin for a final. Could you imagine if they finally get it there? Like Tony Amina versus Rio and Alex Windsor. I don't know which way you go with that. I'd book it. Like, you know what? You book it for a. You must win the match. Like, there's no count out, no disqualification. Make it like a street fight. Because that's what those two teams are known for, working with each other. Yes, it's going to be, 10 days after Blood and Guts? Because they haven't, I don't think did they officially say that it's supposed to be at Full Gear? The crowning of the champion? But at least we know that Mercedes is no longer MJF. Isn't willing to work 2 times in a day, so. As, if it is at Full Gear, then she would have to work the women's title match as well as an extra match early. I love watching some people just get a mental breakdown that Athena lost. Aw. Oh. So, Mini Portable, another street. We were doing bashing earlier. We're doing more bashing. Vic, honestly, for your show tomorrow, do yourself a favor and check up SRS's report today. Oh, wait. Oh, I got to get that DCKO comic. But, all right, Tony, after the. Sorry, it's not the U.S. title. It's a national title. So we're getting a Casino Gauntlet. Uh, sorry. Now we got the Hurt Syndicate and the Casino Gauntlet. All right. If you guys are new to AEW, Casino Gauntlets, probably the greatest invention that AEW's made. I think that would be a pretty safe assumption to make right now. But Vic, if you're for your show tomorrow, SRS just reported that it's been found out that Ridge Holland not only didn't have his contract renewed, he had it cut early. They had an early out clause for something, and they cut his contract early. They're still paying his physio, but he was supposed to be paid till mid-November. So, yeah, anybody that wants to piss on TKO, that's one of two reasons for it right now. And the other one I just saw, and I'm gonna repost it on X right now. Just the thing that came up here. Mini Portable, another great reaction streamer that's available here on Twitch. She ordered through Fanatics some AJ Lee gear. She ordered 2 shirts. She got 1. She emailed Fanatics, no answer. Repeatedly. MVP getting over with the crowd. I love it. You know what? It's not really wrong. MVP is right. Like, they are the... It's national, not international MVP. Bah! We had the international title. It got retired. Kolov. MVP would be the guy to know the history about that title, so that actually makes a lot of sense what he's doing there. Now, do they get picked by the time the match ends? There you go. MVP kissing up to the fans. Gotta love it. And here comes the brand. Number 3, number 4, number 5 who signed up. Guarantee the demand. Sorry, not the brand. The brand is a faction in Alberta here. For those that are familiar here in Alberta, it is Sean Martins and Sydney Steele. Quite often in Pure Power Wrestling, they run together, so... Granted, most NFL fans look at the Texans and they're like,
What the hell was that?
Texans fans look at Texans and go, what the hell is that? Art, I just said it because I knew you were in here. Sorry, bud. I see your reactions every Sunday while I'm driving around, and I'm throwing tables at people while you're just shaking your head. Please don't let this run long. We heard what happens when things go wrong, go long on Monday. Ah, yes, our favorite chant coming in. Being a Texas fan is my burden. I've accepted it's across the carry. Yeah. If it makes you feel any better, I've been a Bills fan since 92. So I've had probably 20, 25 years of that insanity to go up with. Ricochet just ain't, like, this is carrying on a little bit long, if you ask me. I love the fact Ricochet's trying to get some words in, and MVP's like, nope, nope. I I love the. I love it. MVP's like, yeah, you guys keep talking. Yeah, we'll come out there and beat your ass. All right, so we know we're going to get a lot less matches on the card. If they got the Casino Gauntlet match going on, you're probably going to get 12, 13 people in that. We got the 6-man tag. We're going to hear from Kenny? Nope. It's a trap, you son of a gun. What do you guys think about Jungle Boy getting into his Crocodile Dundee gear now? Because that's basically what he's turned into. He's morphed from Jungle Baby to Jungle Boy, apparently. So, is it just me, or is it a foregone conclusion that Darby wins this? And then tomorrow we're gonna get matches 2 and 3 for the women. It's a little weird. They're probably gonna open the show with the women, and then they'll have to close if they're gonna do 2 singles matches to determine the winner. Moxie's like, I don't want to wrestle on Saturday. I want a night off finally. I haven't had a night off in forever. Please give me a night off. Granted, he's having a night off tonight, but. So just a reminder, Saturday will be a live collision rather than the usual taped version. Which usually means we're going to get, we have the opportunity to have some unexpected results coming out of it. I really do love the Red Death gimmick that he's finally getting into a little bit more. Because for a lot of people that don't know about Daniel Garcia, like right before he signed with AEW, there is an IWTV championship, which is, if you're not familiar with IWTV, I do recommend picking it up. There's a lot of great promotions on there. The IWTV championship is essentially a title that's carried and defended across all the promotions on that pay-per-view service. It's very equivalent to like basically what the national title is supposed to be, but it's going to be across just independents. It's not going to be involving the bigger brands. The major feud right before they signed was actually Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia, where Wheeler was more of the face and Daniel was more of the heel. But usually on the independents, they just care that you're a good wrestler. They don't care if you're face or heel. This is the Red Death I know all and love too much. A technical wizard, but ruthless. He does have a vicious streak similar to Jon Moxley, but he has way more of a technical setup to it, so yeah. Danielson's got the smart move here, like no matter which way you try and do this, he ain't dancing. He hasn't danced in forever. That's just an easy, oh God. Yeah, well, Garcia, you're a moron now. I love the fact that Garcia is literally grabbing Remsburg on the rope and saying, "Get him off of me." He's like, "I'm trying." And Darby just fucked his hip up. That's great. But yeah, once again, everybody, thank you for being here. We are coming up on an ad break in about 2 minutes here, so if you're not subscribed, forewarned, we're gonna have some ads pop up here. It's only 90 seconds. I try to keep as much as it will only let me go as long as 3 minutes for an ad to set up. So I try to keep the first hour of Dynamite ad free for you guys. And girls, sorry, I gotta be. Well, that's gonna be some sort of nasty what we're gonna get next week in that Blood and Guts match. I wonder. I would assume knowing Tony Khan, you would have the women main event because the men will open the show. Well, the question is, do they have a match in between? Personally, I don't think you need to worry about that. Just literally, unless you're going to try to have the Royal Rampage. If you're an historian and you know the old story of AEW, every time they had the blood and guts match for a Rampage the following Friday, or basically it would have been taped in between, you would have the whatchamacallit, you'd have the Royal Rampage, which is basically a battle royal, 2 rings. Then they bring it down to one, last one left. We get a shot at the world title coming up. That would be in between Full Gear and World's End. So, hey, Jay Quick. Yeah, TK announced the national championship. Basically, if you run it down to brass tacks, he's basically rerunning back the international title under a different name with a lot of more history behind it. And the winner is going to be determined through a casino gauntlet match at Full Gear. So, the only thing I can say about who's going to win that championship, look for somebody that will take a lot of indie bookings. Frosty Tool's doing some work here. All right. So, yeah, folks, we got Frosty Tools working up here, and for some reason, it has a little bit of a hook here as they're going into commercial breaks here. So they're giving you little tidbits and questions if you're not able to watch the stream directly because of the ads. Give you something to think about while you got the 90 seconds to come up with stuff. So I'm looking to see maybe I can change that up to something a little more sports related, but you know what? We're trying things out. We're trying to make things somewhat kosher here. We'll try to make things look cool here as we go along. So once again, everybody, thank you for joining us here. If you're watching this right now, you are either subbed or have Twitch Turbo. And either way, I thank you very much. So in your opinion, who do you think need the advantage in women? Need. I don't think either side needs it. Who do I think should get it? I think the heels should. I think the better story would be for the men. Hey Jay, good to see you here. In terms of what we see for the Blood and Guts match for the women, I think you go with the tried and true heels have the advantage. And then you have Tony Storm be the last one in to get the big pop at the end. For the faces, having them not have the numbers throughout the match would sort of be an interesting twist on the story, because the basic story of the Death Riders has always been the numbers advantage, right? 2 things they're known for: violence and man advantages. So if you do it the other way around, because you know Wheeler's getting beaten up for half an hour before they start the match. Especially now that they had to remove one of the people from Blood and Guts. Whether it's permanent or not, I don't know. But if you didn't hear, just prior to the show, Mina Shirakawa is taking the place of Queen Aminata in tonight's advantage match against Megan Bain. Oh, I thought he was going to do the Falcon Arrow. Oh. He got caught in the Scorpion Jetjaw. That's great. Wow. Sorry, going to throw a quick sports bit in here and once again call it under a piece of in terms of personalities. We were talking about TKO being that. I'm going to give another award to Craig Binnington of the St. Louis Blues. Alexander Ovechkin, if you're not familiar, famous Washington Capital, highest goal scorer in the league ever. He just potted his 900th goal tonight. Binnington, the goalie who gave up that goal, tried to steal the puck. Like, Ovechkin wanted to keep it as a souvenir. 900 is a very big stat, right? Binnington tried to steal the goddamn puck. He is getting full Logan Paul treatment on here. Well, Darby's almost dead. Darby Allin, the one person who could out Death Ride the Death Riders. Yes, they did. Harley and Willow did advance, thanks to an attempted distraction spot by Billy Starks being reversed by Chris Statlander. The Uno card got flipped by Chris Statlander. No interference in the match per se, but got Billy out of there just as she was about to hand the title over to Athena. Oh, good old Pac. We're not getting Roderick versus we are not getting Roderick versus Moxley on Saturday, are we? He's going to reverse it into a Scorpion Deathlock somehow here. You know Darby's winning this. And it's Pac! Pac with the extra shirt there, right? Somebody just pulled the Kenny comment out. Stop. He's already dead. You killed Kenny. Yeah, it's a Scorpion Deathlock because he doesn't twist back. He's swearing at every fan in the crowd. I love it. Darby will never give up. That's just what he does. Oh, and he's got blood all over his hands, so I don't know whether that's from his mouth or he just I gotta admit, when Darby sets it in on a guy like Garcia, he actually does it very well. Like, you can see the center of the body and everything lined up. And the fact that they're giving him this and he's actually using it, this is a real story. Well, Roderick and Moxley are going to be on Saturday now. So you know Moxley's winning that one. Do I think he should? No. But the fact he hasn't won a match since Full Gear. Okay, we got to get Al 10 in here. Let's go. And there's Wheeler Yuta. He's getting his licks in before he gets beaten up for 25 minutes next week. Yeah, here comes everybody else. Here's the funny part. Moxley still hasn't beaten him, though. Oh, my God. All these. So who's not in it here? Yeah, where is Briscoe? Roddy just out of nowhere just hits that high knee and everybody takes off. Moxley getting pissed over his shirt. Gotta love it. Good on him getting into a match 3. I do like that. I like the fact that they're actually going to play it out. The tried and true method. We sort of felt it was going to go 3, but. So we get to hear from FTR next, and then we get. Wow. Mina and Megan Bain are going to get maybe 10 minutes? Because you got to expect that trios match to go at least 15 minutes, what you would think. Unless it's just going to be a complete schmaz all over the place. That match could get thrown out real quick, to be honest with you. So we're going to hear from FTR. Brodito's probably not even going to have a response for it. Because really, what do you say? We're the champs. You're good, but we're going to kick your ass. We'll see you at Full Gear. I think Brody and Bandito are probably two wrestlers that don't have to talk a whole lot. They let their actions do the talking more than anything else. Which can be a good or a bad thing. It's a good thing for the fact that they do have those talents. The bad thing is, though, if you need to develop a story, it might be a little tough. Very generic, not much there's a difference between having a personality and having a character. Like, you can have a character, but without a personality, it's just, you're this wrestler and that's it. Most of the best wrestlers have both a character and a personality, so you can flush it out a lot more, and there's different angles you can go with it. And look at Hangman Page. His character is that he's the millennial cowboy, pissed off at the whole world. But he's got so many layers to his character that they brought out. Talking about his family, talking about his belief in himself and whatnot. And just, he's been fleshing that out for so long. And many people have considered that one of the longest running stories in AEW. Like, straight up from beginning to end. Like, from its inception in 2019, the first official AEW pay-per-view, Double or Nothing, where Hangman Page lost his championship opportunity to Chris Jericho, to finally gain the title for the first time, getting a little bit of imposter syndrome and losing it, to getting into a depression, getting himself back, finding himself the most evil guy on the planet, burning Swerve Strickland's house down, and then finally turning it around and becoming AEW champion once again. Which very well could end at Full Gear. Don't get me wrong. Like, we could end it at that point, but I don't know if we will or not. Honestly, with Samoa Joe, I'm not sure. Like, Joe is one of those guys that, if you're looking to change it up, if you're looking to change it up and have a transitional champ, Joe is the perfect guy for it. Because he is that beast, but you throw him in a triple threat and, more often than not, he's going to get caught. Oh, they wouldn't let Shivani interview for the third time tonight? I'm sure FTR would love to have Tony Schiavone in the ring. No Stoke. Where is Stoke? Where is Stoke? This will be interesting because Stoke is quite often the heat magnet on this team at times. Yeah, unfortunately, that didn't happen. Too bad for you. So, my thoughts on this, you do this, you do the title change, you get them, you get FTR with the titles, and that's when you get the return of Cope and Christian. Hopefully the film is finished taping up that Cope's on. And also the fact if Cope shows up, it will shut everybody up about, oh, Copeland's going to WWE to work Cena's last match. We know that ain't happening. Uh, this is an interesting way not to have him at the show, maybe. Oh no. Oh no. Gravity's getting beaten up all the shizen here. Speaks Spanish as well as Don Callis. I love it. Yeah, no, Gravity's getting his ass kicked here. I'd almost guarantee it. Wow. Good thing she doesn't know. She doesn't understand English. Or oh my. This same shtick. And we could be having a women's match instead of this right now. I'll admit, this was fun the first 15 times they did it. Gravity is just get in there, interfere, get your ass kicked, and we'll call it. Good old little slap. Finally, there we go. You knew that's why that was a white door, right? We all knew that was why it was a white door. Well, that's one way to make things personal. Well, I was talking before how they couldn't make this match personal. Now they just did. Hmm. So, breaking news. And I mean, literally breaking because it came right off my PlayStation app. Oh, never mind. Fuck. I gotta get the all elite wrestling book. I gotta get the comics. Like, my wallet's empty here. Like, seriously, I might have to start putting up throne requests on here. Hey, Nats, thank you for the 3-stream streak. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. No, if anybody picked up a PlayStation Portable, you know that little thing that they decided to create so you can go have a dump and play your game so you don't have to get interrupted? Well, they've officially made it, they made the PlayStation Portable now available for cloud gaming, so you can basically use it anywhere as long as you have a PlayStation Plus account. Sorry, just throwing that. Yeah, they just literally just dropped the announcement right now, so. So essentially, your PlayStation Portable has become a PSP. I like this with Malenko. He's got that gravelly voice that'll work with it. So not the PSP. It is Dean Malenko, and I love that. He wants to get more involved, but it's the best way I think he can be. That promo guy. You know the guy that used to do the Attitude Era pay-per-view openers with that deep voice? I think Dean Malenko would be perfect for that. Grandfather, I loved watching him wrestle. Like, one of the biggest pops I ever saw in WCW is when he was not allowed to get a title match for the lightweight championship from Chris Jericho. So he ended up, there was a wrestler, Cyclope, that entered into the battle royal. There was a battle royal, and the winner immediately got to face Chris Jericho. So it came down to Cyclope and Juventud Guerrera. And this is one of the most famous moments in WCW. Guerrera shook the hand of Cyclope and eliminated himself in the battle royal, immediately giving the win to Cyclope. Jericho comes out and he's gloating about, oh, now you get the chance of a lifetime. Cyclope, you haven't won a match in your life, and now you get that opportunity to face me for the title. It's once in a lifetime. He turns around, grabs the mask, pulls it off, and the pop from the crowd showing it was Malenko getting the fact. Like, deafening is a polite way of putting it. Like, that was a Road Warrior pop, as we call it. And, you're welcome, Zodiac. Got to get that in there. So, Living Proof Penelope did have the matching gear for the tournament. I was waiting for it. I was going to get a drink, but I knew there was one coming, so thank you, my friend. Always thirsty. And speaking of thirsty, make sure you guys stop by tomorrow. we are going to be having a bit of a waifu type Thursday here. If you've seen the game Dispatch, from the creators of the Telltale Games series, we will be going through episodes 5 and 6 to start the stream off. And then, speaking of waifus, everybody's favorite fighting game waifu, Chun-Li, just got dropped in Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. We're going to be checking her out tomorrow as well. So, tomorrow's going to be a fun Thursday. Morgan better than Chun-Li? Yeah, could be. I don't blame you one bit for making that pick. I expect a very basic match out of this, so. Oh, here comes the ad break, folks. Just a heads up. Jamie and Sky Blue. Okay. Harley and Tekla is the third match. That's a bad pick. That is a bad matchup. I guess you don't want to do Willow Thekla just because you want to save that for a pay-per-view, but at the same time, like, I respect Harley, but yeah, no, that's not a good match for her. Reality is, Tekla should eat her alive. I almost slipped there. I almost slipped. But this is wrestling. You know, Harley could win it. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Realistically, the heels should have the advantage in the women's blood and guts match. They are more cohesive. Zodiac, that account, the frostytools.com, it's actually a website. Frostytools.com, if you check out the BRB and the starting soon screens, the clips that are put on there are created from Frosty Tools. No, this is the new it is a bot, but it's the bot that I essentially hired to they help me with the highlight clips. If you guys see more, you're going to start seeing more clips on social media through them. And there you go. At the end of the break, they give you the answer to every question that comes up. So I just found it funny because personally, I'd like to have sports-related questions going up, but I'll have to go see if I can tune that and see if I can figure it out. But yeah, no, it's a free service if you want to get it for the highlight clips and whatnot to add to your stream. I also use, not only that, I do have the texter thing in here, so if somebody raids, it automatically gives a shout out and a very Hulk Hogan-esque write-up about them as they come in. And also when people sub and whatnot, it does have some extra things in there it's supposed to have. So as we get the subs and the bits and all that, we'll find out as we go. So I'm going to start phasing out the stream elements chat bot. Just when everything doubles up, I'll see if I can get rid of it and replace with what other stuff comes in. The one funny part about Frosty, we're in a commercial break right now, so I'm not too worried about, as Megan's absolutely destroying. I thought they were going to do a pinfall and commercial break. That would have been hilarious. One of the funniest things about Frosty Tools is if we get like a big chat going, I could set up this chat bot that will actually give you a quiz during the breaks. Like if I do a BRB, I could put the quiz up. it'll actually quiz you on what you guys talked about in the chat. It's a very fun tool. I'm going to play around with it, see what I can do with it. Going to try it for a few months here and see how it feels. But yeah, frostytools.com is actually a legit bot I'm using. I might get it to change a name here soon, but we'll see how things go. One step at a time, right? But we're all about, like I said, I do want to improve a few things around here, so. My God, Megan, like, you got to know Megan and Mina worked together quite a bit in Stardom before Megan came over as well. Like, Megan's been a star over in Stardom, and while Mina, well, she's one of the icons from over there, so. So this match really won't be that hard for them to put together, but I got a feeling it's going to have to wrap up pretty quick here because we got our main event yet to still to go. You would think if Megan saw Mina sitting on the top rope, she'd actually stop running. Oh, good old Tony. Welcome back for anybody that was on the break. Megan Bay just said, nope, we ain't doing that. You notice how she just flipped her up before she threw her over? It's like the grip wasn't perfect, so she tossed her up just to get it right. Here's the question. Who do you put in first in the Blood and Guts for the women? Like, out of the 6 people that are there. Like, realistically, having someone like having a Megan Bain start might be the best move that they do. I think if the heels get the advantage for the women's match, you start with a Sky Blue, you add Julia Hart as second. But with 6 people, like, you gotta last forever. Granted, most men have that problem watching this going with all the women here. Jesus. Megan's like, yep, we're done. No, this is going to be it. Really? Sling Blade off the top gets a 2. Yeah, I know. This, even, you can see Aubrey saying to wrap it up here. What jersey does she have on? And well, Mina's dying. And that's what's going to cost the match. Mina tried to go down right away, and oh my God, Bane just said, "Nope, you ain't going yet." Megan Bane and Claudio Castagnoli. A Death Riders jersey? Tony could barely walk. Oh, let's just. Oh, God. Like. Oh, it's Death Riders 14. Okay. I was wondering about what was on the back of that jersey. I wouldn't mind picking up a jersey like that, honestly. Harley's like, I've been beaten up for over an hour and I got to do this again. But then I got to come back on Saturday and do it one more time. Mercedes like, no, I don't need to be in here. These ladies, okay, this is going to be a fun match. It could be great or going to be chaotic. We're not sure which way we're going to go here. We ain't getting much time for the main, folks. I'll just say that. Even if we go overtime, like it's 10 minutes too right now, so. But as per tradition, I give you guys a quick rundown what's going to be coming up here. I already talked about tomorrow, so I won't get too much into it. Just remember, it's Waifu Wednesday tomorrow. But don't forget about tonight. After we're done here, join myself, Zodiac, a.k.a. Chris Copleen, of the Retro Hangover, HPC Bad Guys, a.k.a. Vic the Villain, and PJC should be stopping in momentarily here, as we're going to be drafting Season 4 of My GM. I talked about ending it possibly last week, but Chris is so damn close to the Hall of Fame. I want to see how long I can hold him off for. So join us as we draft our new roster and get into our first couple picks of weeks to get into here. As we march our way towards the end of Season 5 and the beginning of Backbreaker Wrestling coming up in January. I'm hoping if I can get my button gear in tomorrow, I might be able to get the final graphics put together here. At least the initial graphics to get everything set up, and then I'll explain how we're gonna do things. So stream Friday, maybe TBA. I'm thinking of maybe hitting that Simpsons Fortnite. We'll see. If we're gonna get into it on Friday, that's probably what we'll do. Saturday, we'll be here with AEW Collision as well as our My GM solo run. We are getting into Survivor Series, so we're going to be able to watch a ton of different brands get their matches in. All 4 brands get one match, so we'll get to see that. And then Sunday, our schedule, it's time the Cowboys, absolutely. And then this Sunday, NFL Street 2. When NFL Blitz doesn't fit your moniker and you just want something a little bit goofy that doesn't involve the gridiron, but has gridiron players, you go to NFL Street. So we're going to be checking that out. We had a lot of fun with MLB Slugfest. I'm pretty sure that I'm getting home runs hit on me as we speak right now, but it was a good game. But once again, folks, thank you for being here regardless. If you aren't following, make sure you do. Hit that follow button. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the thumbs up. Helps us to help spread the word about how things are going around here. If you're over on Twitch, if you feel up to it and you feel froggy and you can afford it, I really would appreciate subs, but never necessary because we're just here to have some fun. So whether you're lurking, whether you're chatting, whether you are just here for a good time, it's always appreciated to have you here. All right. They don't do this all the time, but this pisses me off in a way. 60-minute time limit. Why are you having the champs come out first? I understand you have the AEW champion here, but realistically, he should be the... If your title is the trios title that you're focusing on this match, have the champion do it. But they've already gone through that. That's... If you saw the opening moment of the show, Joe nearly killed Tony. He literally wanted to kill Tony, and all of a sudden, everybody just started to come in, and that's how we got this match set up for the title. Hook actually got it booked for the title by punking Joe out. I never thought I'd see Eddie Kingston come out to country music, ever. I got a feel we're just going to get a rematch of what happened last time. We're going to get Hook getting choked out by Samoa Joe once again, but respectfully, I want that third title held over the top. Like, that's what should be happening here. I like that Excalibur's bringing up the story about what happened with Hobbs, about, how Hobbs wasn't originally a part of the ops, and all of a sudden Hook got injured and took the spot. They just hired him to come in, right? Kingston's like, what is this music? Yeah, like. Kingston's facials are amazing right now. And not that way, Zodiac. Calm down. Just watch his reaction to all this is hilarious. Why did I not figure that was going to happen? Thank you, my friend. I appreciate the hydrate. It's not like you don't have enough points to cash in, so. Yeah, that's what I thought. You got like 180,000. I got to work on some different ideas to get those up for you guys and make them useful to be used. I like the fact that Kingston's like, yeah, I'm glad I'm not taking these shots. Oh, I like Shibata, how he breaks out of that. He doesn't just move an arm. He will literally whack the guy in the chest. It's interesting to see how Shibata's being a heel here. I love how Hook turned around and just simply said it was about survival last week. He knew he was done. He didn't want to didn't need to take any extra punishment. I wonder if that'll play into the story tonight, whether it's a quick tap out or if it takes forever. Excalibur, everything you were about to say about Hook just got thrown out the window on that suplex. Oh my God, they had to go to picture in picture with 3 minutes to go. You know we're going OT here. So yeah, we'll wrap up the show here pretty quick as soon as Dynamite is over. So we can get ready for our other part of the show here tonight. And of course, Joe's taking on Kingston now. Of course, that's the one guy that he probably hasn't beaten up completely yet. I think Joe and Kingston would be an interesting match. It'd be a different style than a lot you would see, a very Japanese related style. I think Kingston would love it. He'd play that Kobashi role so well. If you guys haven't a chance, check out Kobashi and Joe from Ring of Honor. It should be in the Ring of Honor library. Sorry, just quick at a couple things here. Yeah, I'll deal with all those later. But yeah, just even though we got like a major pay-per-view in 2.5 weeks, it feels like AEW's sort of settling in rather good. The fact that they're having a Casino Gauntlet match during the pay-per-view, that's going to take away a few matches on the total match card, right? Or at least you would think. Shibata with a dick kick. That's something I haven't seen in a very long time. Shibata with the Shadow Dreams. Shibata trying to get his calisthenics in with these weak kicks in the face. Oh, and Joe pops back in, of course, when there's an advantage to be had. Makes you wonder how much more time Joe's got left on the calendar for himself. I would assume not a whole lot, but maybe give him one more year, 2 years. One thing about AEW is the fact that you do have the ability to have the freedom to go do movies and, or like in Joe's purpose, he got to go do Twisted Metal. Like Cope's in the middle of a movie right now. MJF's wrapping up a movie here soon. I almost feel like we're going to see MJF and Cope at Full Gear possibly. If I had to be a betting man on one person, I think it would be MJF. Because MJF could bring up that he's going to book it for World's End, his title, his cash in. And he could say that it's been 2 years he hasn't had a title and he's sick of it. Because 2 years ago at World's End, that's when Samoa Joe defeated MJF to become world champion. That's gotta suck for Joe landing right on his back like that. Hangman looking to get in the match. Oh, here we go. Hot tag to the Hangman. In over the top. What in the world? Oh, no. Clunk. Maybe not the smartest move in the world. Tope! And the fact that Hook hasn't gotten up after that assault makes you wonder right now. I would say Hangman's doing his best work ever right now, too. Nice STO. And Joe just said nope. There's your STO on Hook. The world's strongest mini slam. Now Hobbs is taking care of Hangman. This is actually very smart. Isn't that where cowboy shit's supposed to come from? Oh no. This is not going to be good. Goodbye. Hangman's dead. Hangman's dead. Now Kingston's all by himself. Kingston's got to realize he's by himself. Better to fight another day, my friend. That's what Hook mentioned. Oh my God, really? T-Bone. I've just said enough of this BS. What is Hook doing? He tried to go over the red rum. That's it. He's out. And that's what you do. It's that early tap out too, right? And that's going to be a story now. The fact that Hook would tap out so quickly multiple times now, and now Hangman's half dead. They don't have enough medical staff to fix everything up. Oh shit. Well, we talked about, is there going to be another match during Blood and Guts in between the two Blood and Guts matches? We got that answer real quick. Oh yeah, by the way, next week we got Page and Hobbs Falls Count Anywhere. Goodbye, everybody. The fuck? They did it again. They did it again. Good old AEW. Just, I wish they had an opportunity to have a little bit of time to breathe on that. Hell, put that out on social media. You don't need to put it out on here. But as much as I complain, this is a pretty good episode of Dynamite tonight. Well, we got 2 women's matches. Mina, and they both got time. Mina Shirakawa last minute replaced for Queen Amanada, taking a bit of a dive there, getting knocked down by Megan Bayne. I wouldn't say a dive. She did out the effort she could, but just couldn't live up to Megan Bayne thanks to interference by Marina Shafir. Also, we got the tag title or the tag tournament match, where Harley and Willow got the unexpected victory over Athena and Mercedes, which sort of, I guess, in a way lines up, but makes you really wonder what's going to happen for the rest of the tournament. Like, we got at least one match. We're going to have one match on Saturday. We have another quarterfinal next Saturday. Unless they want to do another match in between the 2 Blood and Guts matches. And then the 2 semifinals happen on the Wednesday before Full Gear. Very well could be the case. Very well could be. And then for the men's, we have it tied 1-1. Darby beating Daniel Garcia. And Claudio pretty much eviscerating Orange Cassidy. And then I think one of the craziest bit of news we got out of the whole night was the fact that Mark Briscoe could end up being a member of the Don Callis family after Full Gear. Unless they want to do a title change off of Kyle Fletcher with the TNT title. Which wouldn't be the worst feeling in the world, but... And then we got the... Then we got the national title coming up in a Casino Gauntlet match at Full Gear, so... I'm going to let that title breathe. I don't think it's going to be on TV that much. We'll see. But with that being said, that's going to wrap it up for this edition of Dynamite. For those on Twitch, hang on. We're going to go to a break and we'll pop in WWE 2K25 momentarily. For those on YouTube, because we are taping it for Backbreaker Gaming, as well as a bunch of DMCA stuff, we're going to have to shut her down on the YouTube side for now. So follow us over twitch.tv/MikeTheRef or check out the gaming channel that we got pinned up in the comments there. But as always, folks, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. And we'll see y'all here next time on the Backbreaker Video YouTube channel.